Alright, I'm gonna keep going on these Masonic entertainers that come out of these fraternities and Luciferian brotherhoods from universities. First, this guy Adam Durst. He's part of Sigma Nu, and you can see they've got nice little snake here, cross swords, inverted pentagram, another inverted pentagram, and this Masonic sunburst coming out. So this guy is the lead singer of Counting Crows, which was a really popular band in like the 90s, and I think they still are. I'm not sure. So just check out some of their album artwork here. Um, they love to throw the sun in here. Masons love sun symbolism. Sun is like, well, it goes back to ancient Egypt. Like, Horus, the sun god, the sun disk, the winged sun disk, and all that stuff. It's basically like the Luciferian light, the light bringer. So there's that sun there. This next album, they got the sunbeam, sun rays coming out of there. It's like a black sun. This other album, of course, they got the sun beam there. Like, what does the sun have to do with Counting Crows? Like, I don't know, but they love showing it. They got a lion down here too. A lion is like the symbol for a sun too. It's funny. Counting Crows. This is like a tour poster. It's got a guy down here, like a light for a head, and he's reaching up towards the sun. Counting Crows. This one's a little more subtle. He's lying down and he's pointing up, and obviously the sun's shining down on his face. So really some occult symbolism there. Counting Crows. It's called Underwater Sunshine, and he's reaching up for the sun here or whatever. This is like some logo they have for another album, and a big sun circle right there, just throwing it in your face constantly. Another album, big bright sun. They love that sun. And here's another one with this is just like a star. Like, they gotta have that star in there too. Yeah, suns and stars and moons and pentagrams, and they just love throwing that stuff out there. So I'm gonna break from the fraternities for a second. This band is 311. I'm not sure where these guys came out of. It's hard to find a lot of these guys' backgrounds. Only a very select few, I think, actually, have it available on like Wikipedia. You can look up what orders they came from. But yeah, this is 311, and I used to listen to these guys a lot. And it's funny because like they're not really they're not overtly like satanic, or they have a really like kind of innocent, chilled out, laid back kind of pop, ska, or whatever you call it type of music. And they're really popular. Like when I was in high school, like everyone was listening to these guys. And it's funny, I just go back and look at these, we all saw these albums lying around all the time. They didn't think anything of it. It's just comical looking back on it. You got this album here, obviously the Eye of Lucifer and the pyramid there. Sun symbols all over the place, a big sun disk in the background. This album, this is more subtle, but this thing is an eye. It's an eyeball in the center, and it's in the shape of an eyelid. And so this is like an effect on a picture of a sun. You know, the Masons, they love their suns. This is an image from a music video, and of course he's got a jersey with number 33 on it. Another Masonic number. This is like a single album with just tons of pentagrams everywhere. This is another album, I think it's Uplifter, and yeah, Blazing Suns. They also put a lot of this like Indian mysticism into their stuff. I remember seeing a lot of that in like their artwork and their music videos and stuff. They really like pushing that kind of, like they push a lot of like new age stuff, but they disguise it really well in just this kind of laid back pop sound. Here's some CD artwork. It's giant lion, which is a sun symbol, and obviously there's like a sunburst behind him. Another album, you know, you get the picture. But then this guy, yeah, 311 is 3 times 11, 33. 33, okay? Like, they got these codes everywhere. Like all these really popular groups, they just throw this stuff in your face, and they know like most people just aren't going to catch up on it. It's like adults and children. You know how adults, like when there's kids in the room, they will sometimes they'll spell words out because their kids aren't old enough to you know, be able to string letters together and figure out what the words are. So the adults will talk like right out front of the kids, but they know the kids are too ignorant to realize what they're saying. And that's how these occultists work. They'll just throw this stuff out in the public eye, and they don't care because no one's gonna put it together. So anyways, 311, these guys are like, when you actually look at them, they're like totally satanic. He's flashing the horns there. This guy, I think this is the singer. What's his name? I think it's Nick Hexum. Hexum, that's an interesting name. But he's wearing a shirt here that says Christianity is stupid. So there you go. Yeah, 311 songs are loaded with references to New Age religions and strange occult practices, Satanism trying to pass itself off as spiritually uplifting New Age truth. And this is, I think this is in their Grassroots album, in like the inside sleeve, and it has a, yeah, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. So there's your satanic Crowleyan philosophy. And one of them has a tattoo that says it, do what thou wilt. So, end of story there. It gets even funnier though, like this is like some advertisement for one of their their festivals, 311 powwow. They got these pyramid steps, the teepee in the shape of a pyramid, and their sun symbol out back. So, and then this is kind of like a, this almost looks like a winged Horus. The sun disk with wings, I mean. So yeah, and then we'll keep going on these bands for a second. This is Tears for Fears. And I actually really like this band, like some of their music, so it's kind of too bad that they're um, super occult Luciferians or whatever. Definitely loaded with Masonic imagery. They've got the sun everywhere. They got stars. These hearts are super Masonic. Little sunflowers, and he's holding an eye there. And it almost looks like a Phrygian cap, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's all their albums are the same way. Huge sunburst, all sorts of little symbols in there, I'm sure. Another album, this guy's holding a stack of eyeballs. You got the sun, like a sunflower bursting out of that hat, and a moon over here. So super Masonic symbols. The heart with an eye in it. A skull on top. Pretty creepy. Another album, sunflowers everywhere. There's the sun again. He's wearing like another sun pin. It's just like, how many can you get on the album? Here's another one, a little more subtle. It's sunflowers, and she's given a cryptic hand sign there. Oh, she's doing another one down there. So yeah, they're flashing all these signs at you for sure. And then they're giving the one-eye salute here. You'll see a lot of this. Of course, that's everywhere. They just like to show one eye. And that one eye is the eye that's always in the sun, the Masonic sun that's radiating light everywhere. They're doing it again here, a little more clever. These are some shots from one of their music videos. I think it's Sowing the Seeds of Love. And yeah, so you got the eye in the pyramid and the sunburst, like in the background, like a sun wheel here. So there you go. Yeah, you get the picture. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to some more fraternities. Alright, this is Pi Kappa Alpha. And if you go on their wiki page, it actually says its rituals are based on independent order of odd fellows. And odd fellows are just totally Masonic organization. Here's some images from them. They all got the eye there. They have these 3 linked chain links. You'll see those all over the place, and like tons of engravings and stuff. He's holding a heart. There's all these symbols on the outer ring here. Here's another one. Independent Order of Odd Fellows, representing Lucifer, the fallen angel. Here's one of their pins. You can see the 3 link chains in here. They got skull and crossbones, the scales, serpent intertwined around a staff there. So see, all these fraternities and all these Masonic orders, they all use the same symbols. It's all part of one big fraternity. And yeah, and one of the Odd Fellows, one of their orders is this Ancient Mystic Order of Samaritans, and they're one of these red fez orders, like the Shriners. They even got the Shriner sword there, the crescent moon, and a pyramid, and an owl on top, just to touch it off there. and the owl has like a Masonic checkerboard texture, I believe. And their motto is, "We never sleep. We never sleep." So, I mean, you kind of get the picture about how all these guys are connected together. It's like an international brotherhood of occultists, basically, and Luciferians. And yeah, they really, you'll find them behind all of business, government, education, sports, entertainment. That's what I'm focusing on, is just entertainment. It's a very small slice of it. Um, but yeah. And it's you'll find with all of these, like every single one, they all have the same mission statement. It's like to build the character of men and create better men for the benefit of mankind. It's like always some version of that, of just character building or whatever. And I mean, that's just like this cookie cutter phrase behind everything. If you see what these people go on to do, like they make some of the most like morally degrading and just disgusting entertainment, for example. And so I don't think really the whole character building thing rubbed off on them too much. If they're making, like, well, we'll see in a bit. I'll show you, but and obviously people don't join organizations, and they're like swearing oaths. They're taking oaths under, like, they're swearing allegiance to the pyramid and the owl and all this satanic symbolism, and they're doing rituals behind walls in darkness, and they just shroud themselves within all these like charities and goodwill activities and this whole Samaritan thing. And it's really what I believe it's what Jesus was talking about when he referred to the Pharisees as whitewashed tombs that look really nice on the outside, but inside they're full of dead men's bones. So it has a really nice looking exterior. You always find these people dressed up in suits, and they have lots of money, and they're philanthropists. They donate. They have lots of charities, fundraisers, and all this stuff, and they surround themselves with things like that. But inside, what do you have? You have all these dark occult works of darkness, iniquity. They swear oaths to each other. They swear oaths of secrecy, and they really this is the world. These guys bring you the world. They create culture. They create what our culture is. What the fashions are going to be, what entertainment we're going to watch, what music, TV, movies, best-selling books. They're the editors and publishers of all the journals, all the newspapers. I didn't include like any of that really, but I came across just tons of they own all the newspapers. They're all the lead writers and editors and the columnists for all the newspapers, and all the news stations, all the cable news, TV, and all that. So they create like all the issues and current events that you're supposed to be worried about, and really just distract the hell out of you. Just scramble your mind. So you just, I could go on for a while about that, but they're the world. They've given themselves over to the world, and now they're anyways, I'll keep going. Where are we? We're Pi Kappa Alpha, just a few guys. You got this kid, Mason Gamble, Dennis the Menace. He was one of them. Ted Koppel from Nightline. He's doing an inverted triangle there. He was obviously a huge news celebrity. Tim McGraw, the country music guy. There's a lot. I found tons of country musicians too. I only posted a couple of them, but yeah, that's like they put out a lot of country music. These fraternities, and I just find that funny because the whole country music thing is like these are supposed to be like just these country boys, you know, from the farm that just grabbed an acoustic and started playing guitar or whatever. And it's like, no, these are like elite members of fraternities, and they just put on a cowboy hat and like it's just funny. Jim Parsons, this kid from the Big Bang Theory show, which is, I've never watched this, but I know it's really popular, and you'll find Illuminati symbolism like all through this show. Like you'll find these eyes everywhere. There's one on the background. There's one on his shirt. The CBS watermark is an eye. So yeah. This is just another ESPN dude. Sports Center. The Sports Center sun god there. I think this arm crossing thing, sometimes they're doing it really like unnaturally, so I'm pretty sure that, you know, that X, an X is like a symbol for the sun as well. So I don't know if that's what he's doing there though. Jeremy Piven flashing some signs here. He's got the hand over the chest thing. That's a popular sign. Little hand to the mouth there. He's like, this guy's a huge celebrity. Jon Stewart, Daily Show, very subtle flashing the horns there. Very subtle. But he knows what he's doing. Yeah, Jon Stewart is just, man, that's another, he's like a high priest of entertainment. Like this guy brainwashes lots of people. Like people watch his show and like whatever he says, oh man, it boggles my mind just thinking about it. Like just lots of people I hung out with, like this is where they got their views on the world, like from the show, like seriously. Yeah, it's just nuts. This is some other guy, I forgot what he does, but he's an actor. He's throwing a sign there. Awkward hand to the face there. Rick D's weekly top 40. I don't know, this is like a radio show or something, but I thought it's funny that he was obviously throwing the triangle here in these two different poses. This is another group, Seal and Serpent. That sounds pretty wholesome, right? With a serpent winding around a skull. This is the only actor that was listed on it, though. I'm sure most of them are secret, but Bob Saget from Full House, flipping people off right there. Alright, here's Delta Chi. You got Kevin Costner throwing these signs. Huge star, obviously. At least in the 90s he was. Ashton Kutcher. He's got his Freemason baseball cap on. He's throwing everything, so this is a good example. He's got the hidden hand here, when they got their hand in their vest, inside their vest there. He's He's covering an eye here. Oh crap. That peace sign is another one too, but it's hard to tell sometimes because it's so ingrained in our culture. But he's like covering an eye there. This one's funny too. Little inside joke, I think. He's got a sun wheel on his shirt. They know what that means. And I just included this girl too. This was his I think it's his girlfriend in real life, or was, and she was that girl on that '70s show. And so this stuff is everywhere. She's covering one eye. She's got an giant eyeball fastened in her ring there. It's just like all over the place. It's such a joke. Like if people still think like this is all just a coincidence, that so many entertainers flash the same sign, the one eye salute, like you're in serious denial. Like I don't know, like you could write psychology books on like the cases of denial of people who like refuse to see what's out front of them. Just cannot discern anything. This is just a thing from a Masonic handbook, just about how like when you put a finger over your lips, like that's a sign for keep our secrets. Ashton Kutcher's doing it here. You'll see that a lot. I've shown those in the other video too. And this is one other guy, Kirk Fogg, Nickelodeon, Legends of the Hidden Temple. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting because I watched a lot of Nickelodeon growing up. I'm sure you know the hosts are Masons, the creators are Masons, the producers, you know, everyone from top to bottom, everyone that's involved in these productions are part of the Brotherhood. And this is just like, these are their quote tombs. Some of these secret societies, they're like buildings with hardly any windows in them. And here's just a couple examples. There's a sun disk with the wings above here. And like, so they're meeting places in the shape of like a mausoleum. There's that's like Skull and Bones, I think. So yeah, I mean that's pretty wholesome, right? There's nothing creepy and weird about that. And this is like public knowledge now too, like Skull and Bones or whatever. Just like, yeah, nobody thinks twice about it. And like, this is the Order of Gimghoul. And this one's like, you can't find out who's part of this. It's all confidential. There's like an old photo of them in their satanic garb. And they have a castle. This is part of a University of North Carolina. They have like a castle in the woods. So, yeah. Cults meeting in tombs and castles and doing rituals behind closed doors. Yup. Alright, moving along, we got Phi Sigma Kappa. Got the sun in the pyramid and the sunburst coming out. Thought this was funny. One of them is Squire Friedel. He's the McDonald's clown, that creepy clown that you watched every day on TV. Just giving his little wink to the camera there. These are just some executives from McDonald's throwing the devil horns there for you. That arch is an occult symbol, the double arches, the rings. It's like the Oddfellow chained links. That's what it reminds me of. They're all, yeah. It's not even like, you don't even have to question it, you know. The Olympics, McDonald's, it's all part of the same brotherhood. It's funny too, this patch here. So Phi Sigma Kappa, Cheech Marin from Cheech and Chong. He's got his little knowing grin here with his hand to the face signs. Those are Masonic symbols. I thought I'd just throw this guy in, Dean Torrance. This is one of the groups that they really started that culture of like the surf culture or whatever, surf music. Surf City, Jan and Dean. Like, I don't know what you call it, just like sort of the preppy, like a preppy slash hippie hybrid, sort of. Like they started that whole culture. Like the Beach Boys stuff, basically. Thought this was funny too. He's got a pyramid and a sun symbol right there. Coincidence? That's like a Vesica Pisces symbol too. I don't know. Next we got Tau Epsilon Phi. The chained hearts. Cross swords at the top. A knight's helmet. Lamp, book, stars. Larry David came out of here, one of the co-creators of Seinfeld. He did a Curb Your Enthusiasm. He like blasphemes Jesus Christ on that show. Just basically, yeah, just it's just like really morally degrading, like that show. I used to love that show too because I thought it was so funny, and just like, yeah, it's just like terrible. David Duchovny, Mulder from the X-Files. Nice book he's got here, God Hates Us All. He's really into a bunch of satanic stuff. Yeah, and he does some like just really terrible shows, morally degrading shows. He's doing like a little hand crossed arms symbol there, pretty subtle. He's doing a inverted pyramid sign there. Larry King came out of here. Larry King Live. This is a huge cultural show. Lots of people are into it. And he's doing these a Masonic grip with Ahmadinejad, the president of Iran. So, yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, like the brotherhoods in Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan. I mean, they're brothers. It's international. All these conflicts. I mean, there are real conflicts between people, but all the leaders are in a brotherhood together. So, oh yeah, Jerry Springer, same fraternity. Just giving a little 666 there. Another 666. Jerry Springer. Like, this was like, forget when the show came out. It was like mid-90s. And it opened the way for like just like really morally debased like reality TV where people are like punching each other and cursing constantly and cheating on each other and just acting like animals. And everyone watched this show. And Like that was outrageous for the time, and now you see this stuff on like tons of shows, just like people acting like animals and trying to beat each other up and stuff. And probably lots of them were actors, if not all of them were actors. But I mean, the audience doesn't know that. They see this behavior, and it desensitizes you to that. Just like totally, it's just terrible. Like, yeah. So here's a fine example of someone, you know, that fraternity really builded the character for Jerry Springer for the benefit of mankind. Like, this is the stuff they put out. So, yeah, Jerry Springer. George Stephanopoulos. These guys are really a big wig on ABC. He's yeah, he's quite a character. He's got the vow of secrecy there. He's leaning over his Luciferian sun right there. The stuff gets embedded in all the logos, of course. So yeah, you'll see him at, like, you know, whenever there's a big media event, a news event, like a national news event, they'll bring out like all their big guns, and you'll see guys like him that are like, you know, guys like him, Barbara Walters, you know, all those like the top tier people to make sure you're thoroughly indoctrinated into whatever they want to tell you. Alright, so that's Tau Epsilon Phi. And this is Tau Delta Phi. And you can see right in their crest, they got the pyramid. You know, they've taken vows before the pyramid. And they got an owl, of course, right there. Owl up on a tower. So, I mean, this is the same owl you see everywhere on all the other crests and the Bohemian Club. Like, it's just their idol that they've sworn under, and I guess that's where they get their power. Because it's satanic. it's like demon infused imagery, and I mean, they just have this crap everywhere they go. They just like need to be around these symbols. This is one of their pins, and it's got that pyramid right on it. So yeah, they just walk around wearing pyramids. And you got Geraldo Riviera. He's got a big show on Fox. He's he's quite the pundit. Jerry Stiller. This was the George Costanza's dad on Seinfeld. He's been in a lot of stuff. I thought it was funny. He's got his Masonic checker vest on here. And he's also wearing the black and white striped shirt there. So, probably not a coincidence. Sammy Davis Jr. came out of here, and he was on record as being a member of the Church of Satan. Here he is with Anton LaVey, and is that Michael Aquino, another Satanist? I'm not sure. Michael Aquino's, he works for the PsyOps division in the Army, and he's a Temple of Set Satanist. But yeah, Sammy Davis Jr., he was a big-time entertainer. He's got all his... Satanists, they wear like tons of rings and jewelry. He's just got stuff everywhere. Here's like one of his albums. There he is wearing his Maltese cross satanic garb there, giving the peace sign. The peace sign goes back a long time. They just use like the hippie movement to make it public, to get everyone else to, they'd like to get people to mimic them. So they used the hippie movement to get the peace sign out, and they used like heavy metal music to get the devil horns out. And so it lets them mask themselves basically, so they can throw that sign all the time and it doesn't look so weird. So let's see, now I'll jump up here. Sigma Alpha Mu. Got the fleur-de-lis, cross keys. It's this weird purple gem. The lamp. Lamp is like a symbol of light. They always have like a little flame or light coming out the end. This Roman fascie, that bundle there with a halberd in it. And we got here Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan and his satanic eyeball there. He's throwing the 666 there. You'll see lots of people doing that particular style of it. Here he is on Rolling Stones. There he is being awarded his satanic medal from Obama. You know, he was a good brother. Oh man, I feel so sorry for these people. They're just totally sold out. Just totally sold out to the world, like practically all of these people. This is just some actor, not very well known, but I found this funny picture of him hanging out front of a Masonic checkerboard, so I just threw that in. Yeah. And this is Pi Lambda Phi. Got the torch, the lamp, the light bearers, you know, cross swords, this wreath, and the sun. The sun is a the lion. The lion is a symbol of the sun. And here you got Lewis Black. He's throwing a sign there. Me of little faith. And giving the finger, of course. The finger is also that's also another one of their signs, and that's popularized as well as you know, a curse. And yeah, this is a really great guy. Here's his endorsement of atheism right here. We effing love atheism. And you'll see him, he uses his position to basically trash on biblical Christians who believe the literal account in Genesis, like just how it's written, which is the truth. That's God's word, and he just tells us straight out how he created the world, and it drives people insane. So it drives them insane because it's true, and they just can't have that. They have to have the world has to be billions of years old for these people, for their evolution religion that got started. That religion's been around for thousands of years, the whole evolution thing, but that's another subject. There he is throwing some signs. He just basically, he's like angry and screams a lot and swears at people. So, you know, it's more of that character building for the benefit of mankind that the mission statements are always talking about. Kevin James, he makes a lot of really stupid movies, or he stars in them. Grown-ups, just really stupid stuff. Pretty well known now. And alright, now we're down to Sigma Nu. And this is where we started with that Counting Crows guy. Here's another one of their emblems. Got this 5-pointed star here, 5 crowns, with the serpent in the middle, with this little sun disk in the serpent's head. So yeah, here we go. Bob Barker, Price is Right. Price is Right. Kind of looks like a serpent there. That was obviously a major game show. Michael Biehn is Kyle Reese in Terminator, and Hicks in Aliens. I thought this was funny in Aliens. Apone. This was like one of my favorite movies. I know like every line in it. But there's a scene, and he's wearing a Freemason ring. You can see a high-res picture on it online, but he's wearing that ring. It's funny that it's flashed out front of Michael Biehn's face when he's just given one eye there. So yeah, he was a huge star in the 80s and 90s. There's a heart there too. James Cameron is obviously, I haven't figured out where he came out of, but he's obviously big into occultism. William Daniels, he's Mr. Feeney on Boy Meets World. I'm finding like lots of people from Boy Meets World, obviously. All these shows, so that shouldn't be surprising. He's got a hand over his heart there. That's younger Mr. Feeney. Another little interesting hand position there. The cocked eyebrow. James Dean came out of Sigma Nu. He was like a huge cultural icon in the 60s, or is it 50s maybe? This was before the whole hippie thing, and he was like, I don't know, he was like the original rebel. He did the rebel without a cause thing, like the original bad boy, like wearing like leather jackets and riding a motorcycle and whatever, that whole image. I guess he was really popular, and like, you know, girls were really into him and everything. And he's given this weird cryptic sign here. Oh yeah, and you see the Masonic M, that M sign there. I don't know if that stands for an M, but that goes back centuries. You can find that, people flashing that everywhere. He's doing it more there, actually. Easier to see. So yeah, he's just flashing these signs to the world. He's hanging out with this guy. I forget his name, but he's doing a Hidden Hand. So yeah, it's just all the Brotherhood all hanging out together. He's got an eye patch there, flashing one eye. Who else do we got here? This is all Sigma Nu. This Eli Young band, every member came out of Sigma Nu. So this whole band is just, you know, the Brotherhood. And this is what they do. These bands come out, and this is one of their singles, and it's called Drunk Last Night. And that's what they do. They popularize getting wasted at a bar. And I mean, obviously that goes back a long time, but they make that the cool thing to do because they want people getting hammered at bars. That's like what most people are doing right now as I speak, is getting hammered and drinking liquor somewhere. And yeah, it's a great message. Drunk Last Night. And they're supposed to be just this kind of wild, crazy, free-spirited band. And you'd look at these guys playing, I'm sure you'd never realize that they came out of an occult brotherhood and, you know, swore allegiance underneath the snake. So, and this is funny too. This is one of their album covers, Life at Best. And in the corner they got just a Masonic blanket rolled up, black and white checkerboard. And that just looks like the most just a casual, meaningless thing there. Just a hump of blankets in the background. And you'd never think twice about it. But they, you know, obviously every last detail in this this artwork is very meticulously crafted. You know, any graphic designer will tell you that. And so the shot's totally staged. And yeah, they just give this little tip off there, just flashing their allegiance. And in that light, I thought this other album cover was interesting. This dartboard up here, that's a popular sun symbol because it looks so inconspicuous. But I mean, it's not even at the height to play darts. It's like you know, usually a dartboard is like chest or eye level, and this one's like way up there. And I don't think it's a coincidence, you know. I mean, come on, just make the connection here. It's not that complicated. Probably this thing this guy's doing, that looks pretty unnatural. I've seen that a lot with other people. So, that's probably another symbol. So yeah, they sneak these sun symbols in, little Masonic symbols, so they're subtle, they're clever. This is Paul Rudd, he's really popular. He was on like Anchorman and 40-Year-Old Virgin, you know, just more really degrading humor, of course. And he's covering one eye there, flashing his salute. He's got the inverted triangle there. This guy's not so well known, Aaron Yu. He's been in some stuff. He comes out of the same fraternity, but he's pretty eager to show his allegiance here with his hand to his chest. It's an interesting shirt there, 10 with an X in it. Another hand over his chest, awkward, unnatural looking. And this weird sign. Adam Duritz, Counting Crows, the sun symbol there, we already went over that. This is John Hamm. He's the lead star on Mad Men. Harrison Ford, Sigma Nu. So Sigma Nu has a lot of big stars in it. Harrison Ford, he's given this really awkward, unnatural symbol there. There's another one. Obviously everyone knows who Harrison Ford is. This is this dude Mike Posner, and I really hadn't heard of him, but I guess he's done like tons of like remixes, and he has like tons of like top 100 Billboard hits and stuff. Like he's put out quite a lot of music, I guess. But I kept looking into this guy a little bit. Here's one of his albums, 31 Minutes to Take Off. and he's got the sunburst coming in there. It's kind of subtle, and he's got this. This is an occult symbol, this figure 8. It's hard to see in this image, but you'll see that on like a lot of satanic stuff. And why's he got that in there? Like, he's just like, oh, this infinity symbol will look cool, I'll just throw it in there. It's like, no, he knows what that symbol means. That means a lot to him. That's why he put it in there. And here he is. Here's another hand over his chest there. Pretty awkward looking. But again, we see that everywhere. Here's the hand on the neck thing. You'll see that a lot too. And this guy, you'll find him wearing a lot of these like huge crystals and beaded necklaces and stuff. And that kind of thing comes out of satanic practices. They'll try and cast demons into this stuff, like the whole talisman thing, like the whole voodoo witch doctor stuff. That's why they wear like all these crazy beaded necklaces and bracelets and crystals and stuff, because they wear it for like power. That's where they draw their power. And this kind of sealed the deal for me here. Here's Mike Posner. He's hanging out with the super Satanist Lil Wayne, and they're both flashing a 666 there. And they did like an album together or something featuring Lil Wayne. So yeah, it looks pretty innocent until you start looking into things a little bit. And let's see. Yeah, I think that about wraps this one up. Just a really small sample. But yep, that's culture creation. Satan.